Welcome. In this section, we would focus on simple machines. Now, simple machines can be of various types. The most common machines we talk about are lever and inclined plane. So, here is an inclined plane. Now, let's say I want to take a bag which is full of marbles or has a good amount of weight to a height. Now, what would happen? If I take an inclined plane, my work would become easy. Good examples where you can see inclined plane is on a railway platform or on a air stop or a bus stop where you see inclined plane. Why? Because you are traveling with your trolley bags and carrying those trolley bags down on an inclined plane would reduce the amount of work that you are doing. So one of the very simple examples here is inclined plane. Here we have a demonstration. The person wants to pull the huge luggage into the truck. Now with an inclined plane, the amount of effort that this person is applying would reduce. The next is wheel and axle. Now wheel and axle, again a simple, very simple machine where you have a wheel and that is connected to an axle. So car moving is a good example of wheel and axle where you have an axle and that connects to the wheels and that increases the speed or the movement. A screw is a modification, I can say, for inclined plane because here are the curves within the screw and they actually act as an inclined plane, so it reduces the amount of work that you are doing. Similarly, this functioning of a screw can be seen on a glass jar top. Pulley would reduce the amount of work in a well when you are pulling a bucket full of water. With the help of pulley, you can easily pull the rope and this would reduce the work that you are doing. Wedge. Now let's say I want to tear something off. I would require a lot of effort. Probably a Superman would be required to pull it apart. But with a wedge, what happens is I create a fracture or a depression here and that would the wedge would actually get into it and then the amount of effort that I am applying would reduce and as a result it would be easier to tear this wooden block apart. The next is the principle of lever. So lever has three components. One is the fulcrum, which is the point which is fixed. At one end you have the effort and the other end you have the load. Right? So here again when you are picking a nail up, you are applying the effort here. This is the fulcrum and this is the load and this is the effort, right? So here we again understand how effort is applied. So this handle would be the effort, this would be the load and this is the point where you have the fulcrum. So these are some very simple basic examples of the simple machines. Now among the simple machine, we first talk about lever. So on a point, if I am trying to move certain thing, right, and that point is called as what? That point is the center point. It could be a center or it could be a peripheral point, but that point is a point which is fixed and through which the lever moves. So in a seesaw, this point is fixed and across it the lever would move. Now this point is called as what? This point is called as fulcrum. So lever has three components: fulcrum, effort and load, right? So effort is the point where the force is applied and load is the point which is lifted. So load is the weight or the thing that you are trying to lift. Now there are three types of lever: class 1, class 2 and class 3 lever. We would understand each of these as we proceed. Next, in the pulley, as I said, there is a wheel. On this wheel, the thread rotates and this wheel actually increases the way in which you can work or makes your work simpler. Now there can be various pulleys. Here, this is fixed. So we call this as an example of fixed pulley.